I would definitely say that I think I can say that a closure of any women's studies program affects education everywhere in totality, in my opinion, because it sends a message that something like women's studies isn't necessarily worth the grade. It's not important, and I think that affects campuses everywhere, and I think it sends a signal to other universities that this is something that they can do. So for Guelph to be the pioneering university in doing this, I think will definitely quite dramatically affect other programs and how they are seen as valid. So I think while I can't speak to how it has affected educational experiences at Guelph, I can definitely say that I think it does kind of undermine the work that women's studies students and women's studies programs have been attempting to do. I think it also ensures that certain issues will not be addressed. I know that one of the arguments that was constantly made in terms of closing the program is that when you have a women's studies program, it then ghettoizes the issues, and I think the reality is that these issues are ghettoized already, and it's not actually encouraging something. I think it's actually fostering a space for these issues to be discussed as opposed to forcing them to the periphery. And so I think by cutting them, you're actually going to have a lot of issues that aren't discussed, and you're going to have a lot of students who don't feel that they're going to be safe at a university. I know that I came to Guelph because they had a women's studies program, and I would not go to any university that didn't have one because I would feel probably pretty unsafe, because again it signals that whole idea of certain thought and certain kind of criticisms of education aren't being fostered within that system. I think it says to students that we don't consider these issues important enough to be addressed within our classrooms, and they're going to be limited to the week on feminism and sociology, which will give a really problematic understanding of what feminism is, and I don't think will allow for critiques of what feminism and what women's studies can be and can do, and the problems that that actually exist within women's studies. It definitely came as a surprise because as a student, when I was on a committee with a number of staff members and professors when it came to this idea of renaming the women's studies program, and so the way I understood that committee was that it was actually about renaming it so that the program could actually be injected with new life and there could be kind of new funding. And then I think it was within the next year we heard about the program cuts, and then we heard that women's studies specifically was slated to be cut. And I was pretty shocked, but I was pretty sickened and really sad by the decision.